Greetings everybody, Gleekon here again with another episode of Lore of Warcraft. Again, we are continuing our lore in between the first and second areas of the game, setting ourselves up to really start the second war game. On the last one, we talked about the Arathi bloodline, how Lothar came from it, and how that pact between ancient humans and elves led to the elves and their rangers joining the Alliance. So stay a while and listen to this one. It's called Seas of Fire. We know that the elves have contributed their shipbuilding, some ships, and that the original ships for the Alliance are called Elven Destroyers on this one. So let's see. Warchief Doomhammer had not expected to keep his fleet a secret forever. When he learned that human scouting ships had spied his vessels, he made no change to his plans. Construction on the Horde fleet had finished, and he commanded his troops to board. Orgrim believed the Horde would reach southern Lordaeron before the humans could muster a proper defense. The advantage would be small, but Orgrim had learned from a lifetime of warfare that small advantages often meant the difference between victory and defeat. Hundreds of Orcish ships laden with supplies and thousands of soldiers sliced through the roiling sea, and that's what we saw in our video to the game. Their journey was not uncontested. Near the island of Zuldare, Admiral Dalen Proudmoore and the Alliance Navy intercepted the Horde fleet. So you could assume that we made our landing on Zuldare, and then we're going to push forward, and there will start to be some fleet battles going ahead. I think there's an attack on Zuldare, maybe the third level, so now you could definitely say that we're at that point. When Proudmoore found the crude Horde ships, it was akin to a wolf crossing paths with an injured lamb. The Admiral hailed from the island nation of Kul Tiran, and he'd spent his entire life on the high seas. His experience in maritime warfare had no equal in the world. Proudmoore's sleek vessels outmaneuvered the Horde fleet even quicker than he'd anticipated. The first Alliance cannon volley blew Orcish ships to pieces. Dozens of transports sank, and the churning waves swallowed their crews. Proudmoore soon realized that he could destroy the entire Horde army at sea. He could end the war against the Alliance before it even started. Perhaps he would have, if not for the arrival of dragons. Doomhammer had known that the humans were better equipped for battle at sea. That was why he'd ordered Necros and the Dragonmaw clan to supply aerial support in the form of red dragons. At first, Necros had protested. His orcs had not yet trained the dragons to be suitable battle mounts, yet after Doomhammer pressured him, Necros relented. He dispatched 3 red dragons to guard the Horde fleet, threatening to torture Alexstrasza if they disobeyed. Reluctantly, the dragons had followed the Orcish ships from a distance. When Proudmoore's navy attacked, they finally revealed themselves. The enormous creatures dove from the sky and bathed the Alliance fleet in fire. Proudmoore had no means to fend off the dragons, though small in number they were. The Admiral called for a full retreat, and his ships scattered. And I think some ships in the game can attack, but definitely the battleships that the Alliance have, they cannot attack the sky. So that checks as well. That kind of explains a little bit of why you need the Elven Destroyers to help with that, and so on and so forth. So this is just kind of some nuance of how, despite them having such dominant naval power, which just look at actual world history, that's a pretty big deal, was not the end game, because to start, the Orcs have aerial support that's better. So there's a lot of parallels. All right, we got another episode in the pipes, 5x5. I'll see everybody on the next episode of Lore of Warcraft. Thanks for listening.